Hello mga agri-learners, crop science ang subject natin ngayon, and we have a series of 5 questions that we will try to answer. At the same time, i-explain ko sa inyo kung bakit yun yung mga sagot. So let's start off with question number 1. Sabi niya dito, the right soil condition for fertilizer application in an upland soil is when letter A, soil is too dry, letter B, soil is too wet, letter C, soil has sufficient moisture, and letter D, none of the above. So, the question is asking, kailan daw, ano yung right condition para mag-a-apply ka ng fertilizer sa isang upland soil? So, this is specific. Ang tinatanong niya is on application of fertilizer sa isang upland soil. So, kailangan nating tanungin yung sarili natin, ano ba kasi ang meron sa upland soils? What's up with upland soils? Well, upland soils, typically, ito ang karakteristik niya. Unang-una, kapag upland yung soil mo, they dry out faster as compared to lowland soils. At the same time, ang mga upland soils natin, mababa ang organic matter. So it follows na mababa rin ang soil fertility and very vulnerable sila sa water and nutrient loss due to erosion. So yun yung karakteristik ng isang upland soil. Unang-una, it is well drained and they dried up faster as compared to lowland soils. Pangalawa, mababa ang organic matter and soil fertility because, yun yung pangatlong reason, vulnerable sila sa water and nutrient loss because of erosion. Now, bakit ba mahalaga ang moisture pagdating sa pag-a-apply ng fertilizer? Why is moisture important in fertilizer application? Unang-una, ang moisture sa soil is crucial para ma-dissolve yung mga nutrients na nasa lupa na ititake ngayon ng halaman. So kapag walang moisture yung soil natin, kapag too dry, hindi na-absorb ng halaman yung minerals and nutrients na kakailanganin niya. So therefore, para maging effective yung fertilizer application natin, dapat may sapat na tubig, kumbaga, yung tubig, yung ating soil para ma-dissolve yung minerals doon sa soil na yun yung kakainin or ititake ng halaman sa kanyang roots. Now, let's analyze ulit yung question. Ano daw ba yung right soil condition? So ano dapat yung soil condition para mag-a-apply ka ng fertilizer sa isang upland soil? So first choice, soil is too dry. Kapag ba yung upland soil mo masyadong dry, mag-a-apply ka ba ng fertilizer? Yun yung sinasabi sa option na yan. The answer is no, right? Kasi kapag too dry yan, and alam naman natin na yung ating upland soil is more vulnerable to dryness. Kapag too dry yan, yung fertilizer na may apply mo dyan, yung minerals na yun, hindi siya ititake ng halaman. Kasi again, ang halaman, nagtitake lang yan ng nutrients or minerals that is dissolved sa tubig. How about letter B? Soil is too wet. Basang-basa yung iyong upland soil. Mag-a-apply ka ba ng fertilizer? No, hindi rin. Kasi kung yung upland soil mo is too wet or basang-basa, ang tendency niyan is malileach lang lahat ng nutrients na nasa lupa. Remember, ang upland soil, mababa ang fertility niyan because of its vulnerability to to leaching, kung saan yung leaching na yun, ang resulta niya is pagkawala ng nutrient dun sa lupa. How about when the soil has sufficient moisture? So letter A is wrong, letter B is wrong. How about letter C? Soil has sufficient moisture. Soil has sufficient moisture, yan na yung tamang sagot. Bakit tamang sagot ang letter C? Gusto natin yung ating upland soil may tamang moisture lang. So kumbaga, hindi siya too dry and hindi rin siya too dry kung saan hindi nadidissolve yung nutrient na kakailanganin ng halaman and hindi rin siya too wet kung saan nagkakaroon ng leaching. Gusto natin yung ating upland soil enough lang, adequate lang yung moisture content niya para kapag in-apply natin yung fertilizer, madidissolve yun dun sa tubig na nasa lupa and matitake siya nung halaman mo na nasa upland soil. Kaya letter C here is the correct answer. Let's go with, letter C is the correct answer. Let's go with letter number 2. To minimize losses of grains, especially in munggo, to minimize losses of grains due to shattering of pods, harvesting should be done. So, kailan daw dapat mag-harvest ng munggo para ma-minimize yung condition, yung situation na yung pods ng munggo nagsha-shatter. So, mag-harvest ka ba early in the morning? Mag-harvest ka ba late in the afternoon? Mag-harvest ka ba at noon time? Or letter D, A and B, early in the morning at saka late in the afternoon. So, kailangan nating malaman ano pa kasi yung pod shattering or shattering of pods na binabanggit dito. Yung pod shattering, isa ito sa mga common issue pagdating sa mga legumes katulad ng ating legumes, katulad ng ating munggo. Ano bang nangyayari? What happened is, during harvest time, yung pods, kung nasaan nandun yung munggo, nagda-dry out siya, and then it splits open. So if it splits open, what happens is yung seed na nandun sa loob ng pod, it will scatter in the field and it will be lost. So ang pod shattering, it is influenced by moisture content. So kapag masyadong mababa yung moisture content, too dry, what happened is mas vulnerable yung pods mo to shatter. And when that happens, sayang naman yung munggo na dapat mong i-harvest. So given that, kailan ka dapat mag-harvest ng munggo? So you don't want to harvest yung munggo mo kapag the environment is too dry kasi walang moisture. Dry na dry yung mga pods natin. You want to harvest on the time of the day kung saan may enough moisture para hindi ganun mag-shatter yung mga pods ng iyong munggo. So given that, ano ngayon yung sagot sa ating question? So to minimize losses of grains due to shattering of pods, kailangan ba na mag-harvest tayo early in the morning? Yes, tama. Kasi early in the morning, mayroon pa yung dew, right? Or yung overnight moisture na na-accumulate. That keeps the pod slightly damp, which makes them less likely to shatter kapag hinahandle natin. How about late in the afternoon? Tama ba yung sagot na yon? Late in the afternoon? Well, yes, kasi by late afternoon, usually mababa na rin yung temperature na yan. So when the temperature cooled down, there might be a slight increase ng moisture doon sa environment, which helps din in reducing yung brittleness kumbaga ng pod. Dahil may moisture na sa environment, hindi na ganoon ka-brittle yung pod, so pwede na rin siyang i-harvest para maiwasan yung pod shattering nga. How about at noon time? Noon time, alas 12, alauna, alas 2, or alas 11, magsimula ka sa 11. Favorable ba na mag-harvest doon? Well, at noon time, iisipin natin, yan yung pinakamainit na part ng araw. Right? So kapag mainit yan, what happens is, yung pod natin is very dry and brittle. So given that, mas mataas ngayon yung likelihood na mag-shatter yung pod mo and masayang yung mga grains ng iyong munggo. So ito yung least favorable time for harvesting. So letter C is the wrong answer. We have letter A and B. So dahil tama ang A and B, ang tamang sagot is letter D. Okay? The correct answer is letter D. The best time to harvest munggo para maiwasan yung shattering of pods is early in the morning and late in the afternoon kung saan malamig at kung saan may moisture. Third question. A general method of irrigation wherein water is applied in a controlled state with fertilizer. So the question is asking for a type of irrigation or a method of irrigation kung saan the water is applied in a controlled state. So kontrolado yung pag-a-apply ng tubig. Ibig sabihin, hindi isahang bigay or hindi binibigay ng todo yung tubig. And at the same time, may fertilizer na yung tubig na ini-irrigate dun sa halaman. Ang tawag ba sa method na yun is gravity? Letter B, pumping. Letter C, fertigation or drip irrigation. And drip irrigation, or letter D, none of the above. So isa-isahin natin yung mga concepts na to. Simulan natin sa gravity irrigation. What is gravity irrigation? Gravity irrigation is also known surface or flood irrigation. So ano yun? Ano yung type? How do we irrigate using the gravity irrigation method? So what we do is we let the water flow over the field due to gravity. So basically, may dalawang main na type of gravity irrigation. It's either if a-flood mo yung field or yung basin type of gravity irrigation, pero mostly kapag flinad mo yung field na yan, hahayaan mo lang rin yung gravity to distribute themselves dito sa field na yan. Kaya nga, gravity irrigation, because you will allow the gravity to help in directing the water to distribute themselves in the field. Meron din naman tayong tinatawag na furrow irrigation, which is also a type of gravity irrigation. Kung saan yung tubig na nandito by taking advantage of gravity, magfo-flow siya doon sa mga furrows nung iyong halamanan. Kaya mas mataas yung tubig dito, pansinin nyo, kasi yung tubig dito, ang purpose niya is mag-flow doon sa furrows ng halamanan na yan. Ano ba yung furrows? Yan yung gitna between the hills of your plants. Yan yung pinapagitnaan between hills of your plants na medyo malalim. Yung, kumbaga, pinakakanal niya sa gitna, yun yung furrow. So, dyan magfo-flow yung tubig. So, gravity irrigation, is it controlled yung irrigation? Hindi, di ba? Kasi nga, hindi controlled kasi hinahayaan lang natin basically yung tubig na mag-distribute ng kusa. So in fact, gravity irrigation, medyo magastos siya when it comes to water. Kasi we allow the water, so tons of volumes of water to irrigate the field. Yun yung konsepto ng gravity irrigation. So it's not controlled. So therefore, gravity irrigation is not the right answer. How about pumping? Now, pumping, what is this? It refers to the method of moving the water using pumps. So, kung malayo yung source of water mo, gagamit ka ng pump para ma-move mo yung water, say, sa river na to, ma-move mo siya papunta sa iyong hardin or sa iyong garden. So, pumping is the method of moving water using pump. However, okay, kapag ba gumagamit ka ng pumping, controlled, at saka may fertilizer kang ina-apply, not necessarily. In fact, pumping or yung method ng paggamit ng water pump can be used to match other forms of irrigation. Like yun, yung nabanggit natin kanina, gravity irrigation. So pwede kang mag-gravity irrigation through the use of pumps kapag masyadong malayo yung source of water mo. Pwede rin, basically, pwede mong gamitin kapag through the method of having a rainmaker to irrigate your field. So yung rainmaker na yan, i-connect mo siya sa water pump, tapos yung source of water mo, dahil nga malayo, gagamit ka ng water pump para maihatid mo doon sa yung rainmaker na siya yung magdidilig ng iyong hardin. So pumping is also not the right answer. So the third option, we have two concepts there. We have fertigation and drip irrigation. Now, fertigation is a technique kung saan nag-a-apply ka ng fertilizer while at the same time irrigating. That's fertigation. The word fertigation, it's a combination of applying fertilizer sa iyong irrigation system. Now, sa fertigation, pwede mo rin yung gawin sa iyong gravity irrigation. Kung saan yung source of water mo, pwede mong lagyan na yun ng fertilizer para kapag na-distribute siya doon sa field, hindi lang nai-irrigate yung field mo, but at the same time, na-fertilize din sila. However, yung choice C natin, dalawa yung concept na binanggit. Fertigation at the same time, drip irrigation. So yung drip irrigation, yan yung controlled method of directing water sa yung halaman. Kasi kung papansinin natin, yung gravity irrigation, maramihan na tubig yung kailangan. So if a-flood mo basically yung field, para makapag-irrigate ka. The problem with that is medyo malustay siya sa tubig. Kaya naman ang ating mga agriculturists, nakadevelop sila ng isang technology which is drip irrigation. And basically, sa drip irrigation, controlled yung tubig, patulo-tulo lang siya doon sa base ng halaman. Ang concept dito is, ang halaman naman kasi kapag flinad mo yan, hindi niya magagamit agad yung tubig na nabigay sa kanya. Pero kapag binibigyan lang natin sila ng unti-unting tubig, yung tubig na yan is basically used by the plants as it is given to them. So that's drip irrigation. So walang nasasayang na tubig or mas efficient yung paggamit natin ng tubig as compared to flooding or gravity irrigation. Now, remember ang tinatanong doon sa question is water is supplied in a controlled state. So we are talking about drip irrigation there. And applying fertilizer, which we are talking about fertigation naman. So because of this question, ang tamang sagot is letter C, fertigation. How about this? Number 4 question, medyo related rin sa usapin ng irrigation. Ito daw ay system of irrigation with the use of pumps to draw water from nearby stream or maybe river or underground water supply. May keyword ka na dyan, pumps, right? So you use a water pump and that process is pumping. Tama? Pumping na yan. Mas nagme-make sense siya. Na-explain naman na natin kung ano yung pumping kanina, ano yung purpose niya. Masyado kasing malayo yung patubigan natin or masyadong malalim kung nasa lupa yan. So gagamit na tayo ng water pump to draw out water from that source going to our garden. Another question which is also related and na-discuss na din natin to kanina, pahapyaw. Water is supplied in the form of spray or artificial rain. Ano kayang tawag dyan sa system of irrigation na yan? Gravity? Sorry, gravity ba? Well, di ba ang gravity is hindi mo naman i-spray yung tubig, ipa-flood mo yung field. So gravity is not the right answer. Pumping is also not the right answer kasi ang pumping is to drawing out the water from the source going to your garden. Surface irrigation is also the same with your gravity irrigation. Therefore, ano yung pinaka nagme-make sense na sagot? Letter D, sprinkler irrigation. Yun yung tamang sagot. Ano ba kasi ang sprinkler? Well, a sprinkler involves distributing yung tubig sa iyong hardin or sa iyong garden through the use of a series of pipes, pumps. So, kailangan ng pumps kasi kailangan later malalaman natin na kailangan ng water pressure pagdating sa sprinkler and sprinklers. So, basically, what happens is, yung water natin, it is sprayed into the air and then nahuhulog siya sa mga crops. So, similar kung paano, so, ang ginagawa natin dito, sinasimulate natin yung system of irrigation ng pag-ulan. So, ano ba kasi yung mga different components ng isang sprinkler irrigation system? Siyempre, kailangan mo ng water pump kasi hindi ka makakapag-produce ng ganitong pressure kung walang water pump. Kailangan mo ng series of pipes. So, yung pipes na yun yung i-connect mo sa source, yun yung i-connect mo from the source of your water going to your sprinklers. And of course, kailangan mo ng sprinklers, yung ganito. So, may dalawang uri tayo dyan. Meron tayong rotating, kung saan itong sprinkler na to umiikot. And meron ding fix, kung saan yung spray water, fix lang siya. Hindi siya umiikot. Basically, nag-i-spray lang. So, that's how sprinkler system works. Anong advantage ng isang sprinkler system? Unang-una, even yung distribution. Okay? Kasi nga naman, kung parang ulan yan, mostly lahat ng halaman mo doon sa garden mo, mabibigyan ng sapat na tubig. It is also flexible and can be used on various types of terrain and soil types. So it's suitable for almost a lot of crops ang sprinkler system. In terms of efficiency, mababawasan din yung labor kasi kung na-set up mo na ng maayos yan, hindi mo na kailangan yung tao mo na magdidilig ng halaman, no? Pupunta sa halamanan, siya yung mismong magdidilig. I-on mo lang yung water system mo, pusa na yan na magdidilig. Ano naman yung disadvantages ng sprinkler system? Una, in terms of cost, masyadong mahal yung setup niya. Kasi bibili ka pa ng pipes, bibili ka pa ng sprinklers, kailangan mo pang bumili ng water pump. Nakadepende rin siya sa water pressure. So, ibig sabihin yan, kailangan mo ng consistent and adequate water supply. And kailangan mo ng water pump para magbigay ng pressure na yon for the water to sprinkle. Wind interference din, isa yun sa mga problema. Kapag masyadong mahangin, syempre hindi na magiging uniform yung pagdidilig sa yung halaman. So for example, yung hangin mo is nandito sa side na to, so nahahangin yan papunta dito. So ito yung madidiligan. So yan yung isang problem ng sprinkler system. And at the same time, because you have a series of pipes, you have a series of water pump, you have a series of sprinkler, kailangan mo siyang maintain, so added cost na naman yun. Okay? So yan ang sprinkler system of irrigation.